02, 03, 04, 05, 06. These are the months along the top. So on the left-hand side is the start of the year. On the right-hand side is the end of the year, December. You can see that, can't you, on the top there. 02, 03, 04. It's 2007, but don't worry, most of these years are the same for sunshine. Along the darker part, on the top and bottom, that's when it's dark. And in the middle, that's when the sun's out. And it goes like that and bulges in the middle. Because in the middle of the year, 7 and 8, August, May, June, July or August, it's the sunniest. The sun's out for most of the day. But as you can see, and we all know this is not like news, is it? But you can see it shifts there where we do the clocks changing. Because down the left-hand side is time. From midnight at the top, all the way through to midnight at the bottom. Midnight all the way. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's a repeating cycle. So in the middle of the day, at 1 o'clock, the sun's out all the way through the year. You can see that. But as it gets to summer, it's out all the time. And at 9 o'clock, the sun's still out in the summer. At 8 o'clock, the sun's still out. Now, we started this episode, it's dark. It's dark at 8 p.m. GMT. Because we are towards the right-hand side of the graph now. 10, 11, 12. We're on those last three. And you can see it's starting to taper off. Now, the reason I wanted to highlight this, especially if you're in the UK, it's different in a different part of the world, so check your own sunshine graph. But it'll be different for different months, for different parts of the world. Okay. But when it gets to that thin edge, that's the middle, those ends. That's the middle of the darkest bit. When there's less sunshine than darkness hours in a 24-hour cycle, and you wake up and it's dark, and you get home from work and it's got dark already, those sort of days, that's those end of the... We're about to go into that, and it's going to last for a little bit of time. It's getting dark early. Okay, so it's the same in America. Getting dark early, yeah. It's sad, but don't worry. There you go. It's dark when you leave, dark when you come home. Yeah, we have the same thing in the UK. Okay, so you've got the principle. The reason I'm bringing this up now, though, is because you can see it keeps going until January, February, and starts to improve. So naturally, in February, maybe March, we start to look towards the summer. Things start to improve. Naturally, mental health-wise, there's a bit of a cycle here, isn't there? We have this down, it's dark, I feel sad, it's cold, I don't like it. They call there's a real thing called seasonal affective disorder. The less sunlight you get, the worse you feel. You get more vitamin D from sunlight. You might also find that there are things that you look forward to in these winter months. We have festivals, specifically in the darkest times, to brighten up our lives. Guy Fawkes conveniently tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament and all the people in it, conveniently, on November the 5th. So we have a big bonfire. And you all go and in America you make more of Halloween than we do, but we have Halloween. You go out and it's dark and you fires and you've got traditions that make it warmer and more comfortable and enjoyable. But it's quite dark for quite an extended period of time, and depending on where you live, it can be darker or lighter. I get it. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I think it's important for our mental health. Something we're doing on Mental Health Monday. Christmas can be quite a sad time for people. Christmas also, if it's going to bring up this, what I was saying is it's a celebration that can make us feel better in the middle of a dark time. So if you're lonely at Christmas or if things are difficult, it might highlight someone that's missing, someone you miss. That can be even more difficult. So this is why I wanted to bring this up, is that I think as Mental Health Monday, we should be preparing for the dark time. We should get it into our head. We've got a month or two now to be working into it and through it. I was going to bring up a calendar to show you that we've got 3 more weeks in October. Then you've got November, December. We're there. So we know from mental health struggles that if you said to me tomorrow, oh, by the way, tomorrow's Christmas Day and I'm going to need you to do X, Y, Z and the family and you're going to I'd be like, oh, hang on, I'm not ready. I can't have that just dropped in my lap. I need to get ready and prepare myself. Now's the time to prepare, not for buying presents and, getting your tree and your turkey. Now's the time to be making a mental health plan for what you're going to do for Christmas, how you're going to enjoy it. If you haven't got a plan, if you're going to be on your own, how to develop a plan for that, who to socialise with to get yourself a seat at the table. But you're going to plan for that now, I think, because otherwise we're going to be in the midst of it and it's going to have been a downward spiral. Right now is the time to say, I'm not going to sink down a seasonal spiral. I'm not going to let these darker days take me over. I'm going to be aware that it's getting darker, and I'm going to pencil in this thing to make me feel happy, this thing to make me feel happy. I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to sleep better. I'm going to make sure that I don't miss that cut-off point of sun up, sundown, so I see the sun. I'm going to make sure I try and get involved in that. Now's the time to get hold of that and to start making that plan. All right, apparently spring is most popular for suicide. Well, that's more cheerful. Isn't it? That's even more cheerful. I don't know why that would be. Probably, I'll tell you why, probably. Because with the amount of extended darkness, spring is at the end of all that darkness, isn't it? It's where you've had to struggle the most. Sometimes it's darkest before the dawn. Either way, suicide is bad, and if anyone is watching, of course, we've got the Samaritans there. There's a number to phone. We don't joke. We're not joke. Of course, you can make jokes about anything, as long as you're serious about things too. So these are the phone numbers to call if you're feeling suicidal. That's a great place. Free phone. It's just tell them what you're feeling. See how that goes. It's better than doing the other option, isn't it? You've always just look. Yeah, we're trying to help. Mental Health Monday. That's what we're talking about. I've lost what I'm... There we are, yeah. So, yeah. We've got the sunshine diminishing, but we're aware of it. We've got things we can pencil into the calendar. We know we're going to need to hit a peak. We're not going to go down that graph. We're going to try and peak for Christmas. We're going to try and be at our jovial, pleasant best. Not tired and cross like I was for this episode, but jovial and pleasant. We're going to be looking for the positives in life. We're going to be ready to share that warmth. And that's not going to happen just overnight. We're going to plan to peak. Sunlight's going to go down. We're going to peak. And we're going to do that by following a lot of the advice we've been looking at over the weeks on Mental Health Monday. I'll run over some bullet points that I think are important for this. We're going to pencil in some days where we say, this is my weekly day for me to recharge my batteries and to feel human again. We're going to pencil that in every week. We're going to understand the sunlight is diminishing. So if you want to take that walk in the park or the woods or whatever, you're going to want to be there at about 1 to 3 o'clock, not 5 or 6. We're going to pencil that in. So we've got that for ourselves. We're also going to pencil in a few... this week I want to go out and see the fireworks. This week I want to go out and see the bonfire or the Christmas tree in town. I know it might sound a bit naff and cheesy, the Christmas tree in town. Right? Pencil that chuffer in. Because that week you might not feel like doing it, but we're going to be aiming to peak. We're going to be aiming to socialise if it's appropriate, COVID willing, and be ourselves around people for Christmas. So knowing it's coming up, seeing it on the calendar, looking forward to something simple like that, it's going to get us in the mood. It's going to help to raise our cheer. So that's some things that I want you to put on your calendar. Some people have a plan to visit dysfunctional family. Yeah. That's my family. That's me. That's where I live.